Alright, hello everybody. Today we are here this evening. We are going to be talking about how tomorrow we have a very high-end fire threat here for portions of West Texas and eastern New Mexico. Okay, at the minute, the SPC has issued a day 2 critical risk for fire danger here in portions of Texas and New Mexico. We can go ahead and pull that up here. It's not every day that I go live for a fire event. Okay, it's going to be very interesting tomorrow though, because we have extremely low humidity, very dry surfaces, and some damaging winds that could be its own threat. But we're gonna break that all down here in just a minute. We're gonna wait for this stream to pop up here on my iPad. I'm trying to load it up just to make sure that everything is working, because at the minute I am not too sure. So give me just a second here, trying to load it up, but for some reason it is not popping up, so sorry about that. But yeah, you can see here from the Texas-Mexico border here back up into Roswell in New Mexico, we have a critical fire danger. If you're in the orange from Pueblo back to the Texas-Mexico border, that is your elevated fire danger. So even the orange needs to be looking out for these fire conditions. We have a huge line of red flag warnings here, and a red flag warning is usually something that indicates extremely high fire danger, and that is what's happening here. Okay, I'm trying to pull the live stream up here, but for some reason it is not popping up, so sorry about that. Maybe just another minute before we start really talking about stuff here and about what's gonna happen with this event. So give me just a second. I'm trying to pull it up here, not popping up for some reason. There we go. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, very high-end fire risk here. Hello, Mr. Storm. Good to see you're already tuned in here. Very high-end fire risk for West Texas and southeast New Mexico, but even going into areas of Colorado and Oklahoma, maybe even southwest Kansas, we could be looking at some elevated fire danger here, okay? So we're definitely going to have to look out for that. But again, that main area we're focused on here is from the Texas-Mexico border back into southeastern New Mexico. That is the area that has that critical fire danger for tomorrow, okay? So we have a bunch of red flag warnings here, alright? And the red flag warnings read, a red flag warning is in effect for Wednesday afternoon and evening for all of southeast New Mexico and most locations along and west of the Pecos River in Texas for relative humidity of 10% or less. You saw that? Nice. 20 oh, for some reason I was hearing my voice and I was like, what's that about? But I had my stream on just a little bit. But yeah, winds of 20, what, I don't remember where I was at. 20 miles per hour or more and very high fire danger. Timing Wednesday afternoon and evening. Winds southwest 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 60. Relative humidity is going to be as low as 5%. That is extremely low. The RFTI is going to be 7 to 8 or extreme, alright? So, I mean, extreme is what you need to take away from that. Impacts. Avoid the use of open flames or any activities that may generate sparks. Additional ignitions will have the potential to grow into dangerous wind-driven wildfires. And the main thing with this is those damaging winds, okay? For this high wind warning here in southeastern New Mexico, currently it reads west winds 35 to 55 miles per hour with gusts up to 75 miles per hour expected. Now, granted, that will be in the very peak of the mountaintops here. Not everybody in this area is going to see winds up to 75 miles per hour. But, like, areas like the Davis Mountains, alright, you could be under a high wind warning that reads something very similar to this soon. Can you go over the latest GFS model on the major storm possible? Yeah, we can dive into the storms here in just a minute. But like I was saying, impacts travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles like campers, vans, and tractor trailers. Aviation interests may experience localized but extreme turbulence or strong downward airflows if flying in the near the Guadalupe Mountains. I cannot speak today. Sorry about that, you guys. So yeah, very high in fire danger. And we do have some storms out here west in California, but very soon we are going to be looking at some much more concerning storms. All right, I don't know if I can actually pull it up here on Radar Omega. Let's see. There we go, GFS. Okay, we got the GFS model up here. No, I don't want snowfall. Let's see. I don't know if I'm able to take a look at the future radar here. I'd really just like to open up Tropical Tidbits. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm much more familiar with using that, but it looks like it is working on here. But yeah, it's going by very quickly, so I'm just going to open up Tropical Tidbits real quickly, and we can talk about these storms, because there are definitely some intense storms coming up here. So let's go ahead and break it down. I'm pulling it up on my iPad right now. Screencast that. There we go. Alright, so we are here on the GFS model. Alright, we're going to go ahead. It looks like it is working on here. But yeah, it's going by very quickly, so I'm just going to open up. Okay, please stop. I hate listening to my own voice. Alright, sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Alright, very scuffed. Okay, so here we are, right? Right now we got a lot of moisture out in the western United States, and I talked about this on my video today, but that is going to kind of head eastwards and potentially create a severe weather threat for the Midwest, which has not been a threat for quite a while, other than the Illinois, Wisconsin tornadoes that happened a couple weeks ago. But, I mean, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, you guys haven't seen anything in terms of severe weather in a long time. That could very well change. We are going to be looking at some potentially near cellular level storms there. This band of rain will move off to the east with some snow in New England, even maybe some heavy snowfall. But maybe even some severe weather outside of the Midwest could come out of this. Like the southeastern United States, some storms and potentially severe storms are not out of the question, okay? So, after that, we're going to be looking at another round of moisture here. Some could be strong to severe storms here once we get to around Wednesday the 28th. This is a very concerning look at the minute from the GFS model. We're seeing kind of what looks to be a little bit of a line of severe thunderstorms extending all the way from Louisiana back into Indiana. Now, I'm not sure if this is really what's going to happen. This could just be a very early and accurate model run, right? Because we're forecasting over 180 hours out. It's almost never completely accurate, but at the minute, it's looking very concerning that across portions of the Tennessee, Ohio valleys, maybe the Midwest and the southern United States, we could be looking at a damaging wind, hail, and tornado threat on Wednesday, February 28th. That's the big day we're watching. We could also see some snow on that day in the Midwest, maybe even some lake effect snow happening. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. But basically, by Thursday the 29th, these storms take a northeasterly track and head through New England here, potentially creating some severe weather. All right, they'll be sweeping through Long Island, for example, New York City, all right? And then if you're in the northeast and you're getting hit by these storms, on the back end, we're going to be looking at a lot of snow. All right, heavy snowfall for a good portion of the states there in the northeastern United States. After that, there's some more storms and different types of precipitation here popping up. But I typically don't like to look over 250 hours out and take anything super seriously on the GFS model because it is hard to forecast that far out, and the models are almost never right. But that's what we're looking at for these storms here. So hopefully that answered your query, Mr. Storm. So let's go and switch back to the single-site radar here. We actually did have a severe thunderstorm warning here in California earlier. Even though we did not have a risk for severe weather today, there was a storm that started producing large hail here just to the north of Oroville, and there was even a little bit of a tornadic threat on the storm, but as soon as the severe warning got issued, it weakened and that severe warning did get removed. But we're still seeing some strong storms here in California tonight. I wouldn't rule out another storm potentially getting severe warned, but I don't think it's likely either. So just look out tonight here in California. Tomorrow, we do have that marginal risk of severe weather in place here for a good portion of the southern plains, like northwest Arkansas, northeast Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, and southwest Missouri. This is only for a small risk of large hail, and a lot of the models really aren't showing anything for this event. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. I'm not sure if this is going to be a big thing. I'm probably not going to go live for it. I highly doubt that. But yeah, it could be a hail maker for sure. So we'll have to look out for that. But again, I think the much more concerning weather story that we're going to be looking at tomorrow is this fire danger here. Another crazy thing about this here in West Texas is some areas are going to be looking at temperatures in the 90s in February, which is insane. Like, I know it's West Texas, one of the hottest places in the country, but still. Just thinking about 90s and what's supposed to be the coldest time of the year. We do have some heavy snow falling here in California as well. Definitely a rain-snow mix here in, like, Central California. So, have to keep an eye out on that. But, yeah. I think that's going to be it for tonight, everybody. If anybody has any more questions, ask them now. But, I feel like we covered everything pretty well this stream. We covered the fire danger, covered some storms that are coming up. I wasn't even planning on talking about the storms tonight, but after Mr. Storm asked there in chat, I was like, yeah, might as well. The stream is lagging. Why is that? Okay, looks like we're back up. The stream lagged out there for a little bit. Okay, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. If you guys did enjoy, please do like and subscribe. I'm sorry Radar Omega looks so low quality when I'm on my computer. This stream is in 1080p, but because my screen is so big, the Radar Omega, it looks low quality for some reason when I do streams. So it's either this or I go back to doing it on my iPad where the quality looks better, but there's black bars on the side. So let me know what you guys prefer. I wish I had an option where I could, like, combine the two. I want that higher quality, but I don't want these obnoxious black bars on the side of the screen. So I'll have to figure something out. There is a small chance I may be getting a new iPad soon, not too sure. So we'll see if that'll do anything. Cracked my screen up pretty good. May have to get a new one, but yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next Davis Does Weather stream.